Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Embroidery by Gossamer. Today let me show you how to do a beautiful hand embroidery design on a plain t-shirt. For this work I have used a plain t-shirt which I have bought from Zudio, and this is the pattern which I am going to trace on the t-shirt. Use a good quality heat erasable pen or water erasable pen for tracing the pattern on the t-shirt. I am using a black colored heat erasable pen. Since this is a simple floral pattern, I am tracing it directly on the neck portion of the t-shirt. So this is how the pattern looks once it is fully traced. I have darkened it a bit for the sake of teaching. You guys should not darken it because we have to rub it off once the pattern is completely finished. Next, I'm going to fix a small wooden frame on the neck portion. While fixing stretchy clothes like t-shirts on a wooden embroidery frame, be very careful. Make sure not to stretch the cloth or tighten the cloth too much while fixing it on the embroidery frame. Fix the cloth gently on the frame. Do not pull or stretch the cloth beyond a limit, it will damage the t-shirt. Now let's start doing the hand embroidery. Let me fix my embroidery frame onto my embroidery stand. I am using Anchor stranded cotton threads for doing the embroidery. Use good quality embroidery threads only for doing professional hand embroidery. The name of the stitches used, the number of strands used, and the number of the threads that I have used for doing hand embroidery is given in the video itself. First of all, I am using stem stitch to do the tiny branches. The number of strands used is 3. After finishing each stitch, tie a knot below the cloth and secure the thread. Cut off all the extra clothes. Make sure to keep the back side of the cloth really neat. For doing the leaves, I am using fishbone leaf stitch. The number of strands used for doing the leaves is 6. For doing the flower buds on the branches, I am using lazy daisy stitch. Since the flower buds are very small, the number of strands I have used for doing the lazy daisy flower buds is 3. It will be a little tricky that we are stitching on a stretchy cloth because it is slightly difficult to stitch on a stretchy cloth like t-shirt than stitching on stiff cotton clothes or casement fabric. So do not pull the thread or tighten the thread too much while stitching on the stretchy clothes. For doing the flowers, I am using satin stitch. The number of strands I have used for doing the satin flower is 6. While doing the satin flower, try to stitch from outside to inside. Once you finish stitching the flower, tie a knot below the cloth and cut off the extra thread. Fill the center of the flower with French knots. The number of strands I have used here is 6. For doing the tiny flowers in the sides, I have used 12 strands. I have used daisy stitch or straight stitch for doing these flowers. Finish the flower by doing tiny French knot at the center. Do some French knots around the pattern to make it look more beautiful. Once you finish stitching the pattern, rub off the ink using a heated iron box or a hair dryer. The backside of the cloth should be really neat, so cut off all the extra threads using a scissors. So this is how a finished pattern looks like. Please try out the pattern yourself on your own t-shirts and let me know the feedbacks in the comment section. Like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more tutorials in future. Thank you.